Every person on that stage, all 10 of them, said that they would provide health insurance coverage for people in this country illegally, either under Obamacare or Medicare for all, whichever they supported. No talk about preconditions. You got to be working in this country. No talk about you got to be paying in taxes. The basic point was you're in this country legally or illegally, you get health insurance coverage.
And it's an insurance program, so you have to pay into it. And as you know, immigrants, including undocumented immigrants, pay billions of dollars in taxes, and that's the reality. And what Democrats also said, Chris, which is far different from Republicans, is that if you have a pre-existing condition, you should be able to keep your coverage. Democrats believe that health care should be available, affordable, quality health care should be available to everyone. And thanks to Obama, thanks to LBJ, Medicare and Medicaid, we're 90% of the way there.
Okay, but
we're having a discussion about how to get the final 10%.
Okay, but what we're talking about is whether or not people in the country illegally should get government benefits. Remember what President Obama told Congress back in 2009. Here it is.
Those who claim that our reform efforts would ensure illegal immigrants. This, too, is false.
Now, Republican Congressman Joe Wilson was called out, and quite rightly so, for shouting out in a speech to a joint session of Congress, "You lie." But the fact is, 10 years later, Joe Wilson is right about where the Democrats are now.
Democrats believe that you should be able to buy into a health insurance system. That's not a handout.
But Barack Obama didn't say that.
We're in a different era. I believe that what we're doing right now is the right thing to do.
Why is it a different era from 2009?
I live in a community right now where if you are a pregnant woman and you are undocumented, we provide you with access to health care because we believe that having good prenatal care is an essential health care issue. It's an essential issue of economics, and frankly, it's an essential issue of morality. The party of Lincoln is dead, and one of the things that died with it is compassion. And this is not a handout, Chris. Again, this is allowing people to buy into a insurance program. People who pay billions of dollars in taxes. And again, I think that is often overlooked.
Another proposal that was widely supported in the debates this week is a change to our immigration laws. Take a look at that.
When somebody comes across the border, not to criminalize desperation, to treat that as a civil violation.
Now, as a civil matter, and it's important to make this, I didn't understand this until I looked into it, as a civil matter, people who come across illegally would still be able to be deported. But you would be removing, if you follow what Mr. Castro says, Secretary Castro says, you would be removing at least the threat of legal action. Doesn't that provide a magnet for people to come into the country illegally because the threat of legal action and jail time is removed?
Chris, here's why we're having this discussion about